Hello, my name is Meredith Ledbetter, and I am the first one to present today with Lean Manufacturing for Toyota. And we have an exciting workshop for you. It's called Let's Tighten Up and Be Lean. Now, as you can tell with the title slide, there's a tight measuring tape around the manufacturing plant. That is our goal for Toyota. So stay tuned, and we're excited to speak to you today, and I hope you enjoy the workshop.
Hey, my name is Kelly McWhorter, and I'd like to welcome you today to our workshop. I am a certified Six Sigma black belt, and I have many years of experience in lean continuous improvement. I've received my MBA and my Master's of Business Education from the University of West Georgia. And also, I currently right now work at Cavonk, which is a transportation consulting company, and I do teach lean and help clients improve their processes.
Hello you all, my name is Alexis Fontaine and I'll be one of your presenters today. A little bit about myself. I'm a lean manufacturing specialist. I also have my PhD in continuous improvement and quality, and I also hold certifications in Six Sigma process improvement and also Lean Gold.
Like I said, my name is Meredith Ledbetter, and I am the Assistant Director of Alumni Relations at the University of West Georgia. But I've also kind of dabbled in lean and really worked with my two partners, Kelly and Alexis, and learned so much from them. So I felt comfortable with presenting with y'all today. And I received my BBA in management, and I'm also pursuing a Master's of Business Administration. I'm active in the community, and I'm very excited about working with you today. Hello, it's Meredith again. I just wanted to give us a brief overall workshop objectives. Today we're going to learn so much, and one of the first things we're going to learn about is what lean manufacturing is. There's a lot involved, but we're just here to kind of give you an overview of it and how you can implement it in your daily life at work. The next thing, we're also going to talk about 8 forms of waste that can affect how Toyota runs its business. So it's very important that you pay attention to that because eliminating waste is one of the main objectives in continuous improvement. And finally, we will discuss what 5S is. And as you can tell, there are 5 different S's. And so we'll go over those. We'll have many activities throughout the day. We're going to keep it exciting, so stay tuned. Buckle your seat belts and get ready for a fun workshop. All right, everyone, we're going to start off the workshop with an icebreaker. It's called Guess Who, and it's going to be a good opportunity for everybody to get up, get to know each other, and you'll see some sticky notes on your table. So I'd like for you to grab those, and you're going to write down 2 statements that are true about yourself, and this needs to be something that no one else knows. And then you're going to also have a sticky note that you'll write down 1 false statement. You need to keep your false statements secret. Don't try to conceal who it is. Just keep it to yourself. And you'll have about 5 minutes to write down your 3 statements, and the notes will all be collected. And after they'll be collected, we're going to post them all over the wall because it's going to be very colorful and it's going to be really fun. The notes will then be selected one by one and read out loud to the entire group. And after that, we'll have some participants try to guess who it is, but you can't reveal your identity at this point. And if you are chosen the rightful owner, you will need to reveal yourself at that time. And that person will determine if the statement is a lie or if it's true. And lastly, the rightful owner of the note will reveal the 2 truths and 1 lie to the entire group. This is going to be fun and exciting. You get to know each other, so have a great time.
Hey, this is Kelly, and I'm going to be discussing topic 1, which is lean principles. Process improvement is a continual improvement of efficiency and performance of a business. 3 main focuses of lean within any organization are the customers, employees, and the company. The objectives of lean principles, I have 3 of them for you today. The first one is we're going to identify the lean principles to improve the methods that will improve customer satisfaction. And the second objective is establish improvement goals to improve process in the work environment. And the third objective that we're going to learn on this topic is identify the basic terms of implementing lean to achieve a competitive advantage through cost reduction and efficient service of customer demands. The 5-step thought process for guiding the implementation of lean techniques is easy to remember but not always easy to achieve. The first principle is to specify value from the standpoint of the end customer by a specific product. Value is defined by the customer, and an example of this is stated in terms of a specific product which meets the customer's needs at a specific price and at a specific time. The second principle is to identify the value stream for a product. Value stream is the steps and processes required to bring a product from start to finish and then into the hands of the customer. Once the product has been indicated, the value stream is mapped out and waste is eliminated. Now it's time to make the rest of the steps flow. This is the third principle. This is when you want to walk the process and determine where there are maybe even more waste and bottlenecks in the process. This is the time to learn and redefine work functions so a positive contribution can be added. When the needs of the employee are addressed along the process also, it is in their best interest to make value flow because this improves their work also. Pull is the fourth principle of lean. We want the customer to pull the product from you. We want them to be able to go into the store and pull the product that they want instead of pushing a product that the customer may not want. Lastly, we have the fifth principle, which is perfection. This is when companies start to precisely specify value, identify the entire value stream, make the value added steps for specific products to flow continuously. The customers can pull value from the company. This ultimately results in having a product flow faster to the customer with accuracy. I know that was a lot, but that is the 5 principles of lean. Okay, everyone, let's all stand up because I know you need to stretch after some long lecturing there. We're going to do an activity. I want everyone to get in groups of 5. I would like to have one manager in each of the groups. So you'll have one manager and 4 other employees. And what you're going to do is you're going to determine a process that needs improving in one of your work areas. The teams will have 10 minutes to develop a 5-step process that aligns with the principles of lean that we just went over. After the 10 minutes, each team will present their ideas to the class. So go ahead and split up into your groups, and I'll see you in about 10 minutes. Our next objective of this topic 1 is basic lean terms. We want to make sure to pay attention to the terms used in this presentation, and I'm telling you this now because we will have a bingo game at the end of the lesson. So some of these terms that you might want to jot down, the first one is to eliminate waste. Well, you say that's not a term, it's 2 words, but it is a basic concept of lean within the organization. This refers to all types of waste, including downtime, sometimes referred to as waste. And then there's reduced cost within its operations, not only in production, but also office and administrative expenses. A lot of people think that lean is just for manufacturing, but it's for the service industry also. Then there's improved customer satisfaction. This should be the main driver of implementing lean. Now we're going to get to objective 3 of this topic. So we're almost to the end. And we're going to talk about developing goals. And an easy way to do that is with SMART, SMART. And what that stands for, and some of you have probably heard it before, but the S stands for specific. Specify what you want to do. And then the M, of course, is to have a measurable item. Can you see how you are developing towards your goals? And then the A stands for attainable, or some people use it for actionable. How will you obtain what you want for the business? And then the R is for relevant, and then sometimes people say realistic. Are your goals obtainable? I mean, realistically, can you meet these goals? And then the last one, which is T, is time-based. You know, what is the deadline for reaching your goal? So this is just a nice little acronym, SMART, to help you remember how to develop your goals so that you can meet your objectives. Okay, everybody, now that you learned that chair, S-M-A-R-T, we're going to do a group activity. And this time what we're going to do is we're going to develop 2 SMART goals that will help the employees, you, accomplish better customer service for the production line of the Toyota Production Center. So there's going to be groups of 5 again, I want 1 manager and then 4 employees in each group. And you guys need to decide 2 SMART goals to help accomplish better customer service. I'm going to give you 20 minutes, and each group will select, after you develop your 2 goals, each group will select one of the members to present the goals that they have developed. And so let's get started. Okay, now that we've finished that group activity that you guys really did great on, we're going to do an individual activity. It's going to be bingo, but we're going to call it SMART. We have gone over many terms that are related to lean. So we're going to have this bingo game using some of the terminology that we have learned in this presentation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call out a term, and the first person that raises their hand will give the definition of the term. If the answer is correct, I will draw a letter out of the bag for that individual to place on their bingo card, which I'm about to hand out. Instead of saying bingo, it says SMART. So the only letters that I will have in the bag are going to be an S, an M, an A, an R, and a T, and there will be 20 of each letters. So if you're correct, you'll receive a letter, and the first person that can spell SMART will be the winner and will receive a nice yummy candy bar and a gift card. So let's get started with the questions. Okay, everyone, just to summarize, we've learned many new concepts about lean. Lean is a part of continuous improvement, which, as you know, has many different terms, and the guiding principles of lean are techniques that will help employees and employers implement lean concepts. Now we're going to go on to some more concepts about lean, and I'm going to let Alexis talk now. Thank you.
Hello, you all. This is Alexis again. We just discussed topic 1, the lean manufacturing principles with Kelly. Now we're going to go ahead and discuss topic 2, don't waste away, revitalize your workplace. Hello, you all. During this workshop, topic 2, we will basically explain what waste is along with each of its components. You will have an opportunity to learn exactly what waste is, the proper breakdown for downtime, and you will learn how to properly reduce and eliminate waste for your company. Objectives. Objective number 1, you will be knowledgeable of manufacturing waste and each of its components by participating in individual debate practice. Objective number 2, you will be able to identify waste in the workplace by participating in the individual debate practice. Also, objective number 3, you will be able to identify different ways to improve manufacturing practices by reducing and eliminating waste in the individual role-playing practice. What is waste? Merriam-Webster Dictionary describes waste as the loss of something valuable that occurs because too much of it is being used or because it's being used in a way that is not necessary or effective. Waste can also be described as something that is not adding value or an action that is not required to complete a particular process. There are 8 different forms of waste. The acronym DOWNTIME is used to describe those 8 forms. D, we have defects. For the O, we have overproduction. For the W, waiting. N, non-utilized talent. T, transportation. I, inventory. M, motion. And E, extra processing. All right, the 8 waste. In order to remember the 8 waste, as we discussed previously, you would use the acronym DOWNTIME. Now, the D for downtime, defects, they're basically efforts caused by rework, incorrect information, things like that. For the O, overproduction, that is production that's more than needed, so you have an excess. W, waiting, which is basically wasted time, waiting for the next step, waiting to move on to the next procedure. The N for non-utilized talent, basically underutilizing people's skills or their knowledge in the workplace. For T, we have transportation, unnecessary movements of products or materials. For the I, we have inventory, where we have excess materials in the workplace. The M, motion, unnecessary movements of people. So an example would be walking, unnecessary movements such as walking, things like that. And then for the E, we have extra processing, more work or higher qualities required by the customer. Now it's time for individual practice number 1. You all will be participating in a debate activity. You will now have the opportunity to collaborate with your colleagues as well as your superiors or your subordinates. You will be split into 6 groups of 5. Each group will have a combination of 4 frontline employees and 1 upper-level manager. There will be a total of 6 debate groups in which 2 groups will share the same 3 downtime topics. The instructions are as follows. Once you've formed your groups, you will assign 1 person as the writer. Your group will be giving 3 downtime topics, and you will need to produce 2 examples of how each topic creates waste in your workplace. You'll have about 15 minutes for this activity. After the 15 minutes, your group, along with the second group who shares the same topic as you, will have an opportunity to debate. You all will present your ideas, and at the end of the debate, we'll have an open discussion, and awards will be given at the end of this practice. Ways to eliminate waste. In order to eliminate waste, there's no completely right or wrong answer. Each manufacturing situation calls for a different set of solutions. When discussing ways to eliminate waste, we will review different examples of waste and identify the possible solutions for that particular problem. Now we're going to look at figure 2, which shows a variety of different waste scenarios. Each scenario is accompanied by at least 2 different solutions. After reviewing figure 2, you will have an opportunity to then participate in another individual practice with your colleagues that will test the knowledge of waste and the possible solutions. Now we're going to go into individual practice number 2, role playing. After reviewing downtime and what it consists of, you will now have the opportunity to review the different ways to eliminate this waste by participating in a role playing activity. Everyone will have the opportunity to come up with a possible solution to a scenario involving manufacturing waste. However, you will have to act as your superior or subordinate. Now I'm going to go over the instructions. Everyone will be given a note card with a waste scenario. These scenarios may include, but are not limited to, manufacturing machinery or lack of space. You will be given 5 minutes to come up with a solution to the waste problem. When coming up with a solution, if you are a frontline employee, you must act as your superior. If you are an upper-level manager, you must act as your subordinate. Once the 5 minutes are over, you will be asked to volunteer your ideas. Each volunteer will receive a prize at the end of the activity. During this workshop, you have learned about waste and how important it is to the longevity of any organization. Waste can be defined in many different ways and displayed in various forms. It is important for a company as well as its employees to know how to properly identify this problem when they see it. Learn more about continuous improvement through lean and staying abreast of waste reduction and elimination is key to success. As the workshop comes to an end, we will now review the final topic, the 5S program.
Hello everyone. We have had such a great day working with you, and I am the last one to present today on 5S and what it means for you. So I know you've had a long day, you've learned about what lean manufacturing is, you have now been able to talk about what waste is and how to eliminate it. So finally, we are going to talk about 5S and what it means for you. So it's really important that you hurry up and get another cup of coffee and just take a seat back and get excited because we're almost finished with the day's workshop. Hello, we're going to first talk about what the Japanese word for continuous improvement is. As you can see on the screen, there are some very interesting characters that you probably cannot translate. However, we've got some little legends down below. So down below it does say Kaizen. That is the word for continuous improvement. And when you break it down, the Kai means change and the right side of it means good. So overall it means continuous improvement. And this is what Toyota is known for. And so we want to help continue down that path and work on that as a company. So lastly, we also need company buy-in. We need everybody on the team at Toyota to be on the same page and to have the same objectives and strategic plan, and make sure that we can continually improve our processes and make Toyota fully efficient. Hello everyone. Right now we're going to talk about what 5S is, and we first need to talk about some objectives for this part of the workshop. Number one, we want to be able to, by the end of the day, for you to be able to construct a list of the 5S system and identify what each S means, and we'll have some activities for you to learn how to do that. The second objective is to describe the benefits of 5S and reciting them within your group. And third, and lastly, we want you to be able to explain what the 5S red tag system is and its purpose, and we'll also have an exercise that you'll be able to do with that objective so you can really learn it and take it back to the workplace and use it properly. Now we're going to talk about what the meaning of 5S is. And as you can see, the image on the screen really does a great job portraying what 5S is. So the first one, it's kind of the top left, you see a man who is sorting things in various boxes. So the first one is to sort, and that is to remove any unnecessary items from the work area. So as you can see, each box is labeled, so it's very easy to understand. The next one is set in order. So that is where you customize the work area to improve efficiency, and it's important to keep your materials nearby. You also would want to implement visual organization to streamline your workflow and improve the efficiency in that workspace. Number two is shine, and that is to make sure your workspace is clean, your equipment is clean, as well as your tools. And find and eliminate sources of contamination. The fourth one is to standardize, and that is to create a standardized and consistent 5S workflow. You'll need to assign tasks and develop schedules so that everyone in your workspace knows their responsibilities. Lastly, the 5S is for sustain, and that is to ensure that the 5S system is on a long-term company-wide goal. And you want to analyze your results, hold regular team meetings or huddles, and also train workers on the importance of 5S. Now, you can kind of see on the image here, they used stabilize as the set in order. So it really means the same thing. So don't get confused by that. You can go by either one if you'd like. Hello, right now we're going to work on an individual practice. So I want everyone to get out your smartphones. We know you all probably have one on you. However, if you don't have one on you, we have provided smartphones at the table. So please feel free to pick those up right now. If you go ahead and log on, you can use your code, and we've already kind of pre-populated the QR code app. So please go ahead and open that. And what we're going to do, we're going to do an individual activity where there's going to be a 5S matching game. So I hope you paid attention to what we just talked about all the different types of S's we discussed and their meanings. And there's going to be a fun game that you're about to play. There are instructions on the table, And if you have any questions, I'll be here, but feel free to talk to your neighbor, get engaged with them. It's going to be something that you can even use post-conference or workshop. So if you ever have any problems with it, or if you just need a refresher, feel free to pick up your phone or come to the main office, and everybody in the main office will have this on a phone in the office, so you can play the game, have some fun, and refresh your memory from the workshop. Have fun! Welcome back from our break. We just had some snacks and some drinks, so I hope everybody is a little bit refreshed, because now we're going to talk about benefits of 5S, and this is our objective 2 in this second topic. So right now we're going to talk about the various benefits of 5S, and the first one is that it produces less waste. There's also a reduction of storage space. It improves safety, maintenance, and quality. And also, it does produce, in our findings, better and more committed employees. And I'm going to discuss a little bit about each one. So with less waste, one of the key components of 5S is to eliminate items that are not used. How many times have you seen in your work area that things are cluttered and are slowing your processes down? So that's one of the goals, is to eliminate things that are unnecessary in your workspace. Number 2 is reduction of storage space. So by reducing those unused materials and tools, you'll be able to find a larger amount of space that can be freed up that you can use, and the company and the executives are going to value that. The next one is improved safety. Having the tools and your required materials close to where you are means less movement between jobs and results in a reduction in injury. So the less you're moving around trying to find things, your risk of injury has been reduced. So keep that in mind. Improved maintenance. So when you have machines, tools, and equipment that are free from clutter, and it's easier to notice any defects or part failures. And so that is something that's very important, and it'll also allow all the maintenance crews to get in there much faster and more efficiently. Improved quality. So when a company reduces clutter and also improves their overall processes of production, the company will most likely see improved quality. So also too, the employees feel a sense of ownership and they will strive for excellence. And finally, we will have better and more committed employees. And once you know that the management cares about you and your workspace and that they value your input, you will more likely care about your output of your job. As you can see at your place setting, everyone has a pocket-sized giveaway that we're going to give away at the end of the workshop. This is a business card size, so it can fit conveniently in your wallet or in your identification badge that you wear every day at work anyway. This is the 5S Lean Workplace tool. So it's going to have on there the 5 things we talked about: the sort, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. So if you were ever thinking about those and you need a refresher, just feel free to look at that and enjoy it as a takeaway. All right, everyone, I want y'all to go ahead and get up out of your seats. We're going to have an individual activity, but it's going to take all of us. So we're going to create 2 assembly lines. And if you'll walk over to the room that has the little model cars. So we're going to have 2 assembly lines. One of the assembly lines will be full of clutter. The tools and materials are going to be difficult to find. It's going to be a mess in there. And the other one is going to be one that has practiced lean practices and will be free and clean of any clutter. And so what we want you to do is first go through the one that does not practice lean. And I want you to go through and see how quickly, this is going to be a timed activity, how quickly you can put that car together. And then once you're finished, you're going to record your time, and then you're going to go over to the other assembly line, one that is practicing lean, and you're going to make that model car and see how your time has changed. And once you're finished, feel free to come on back to your table, and we're going to ask all of you to sit down and write down the 5S steps that were helpful in the assembly line that did practice the 5S system and lean, and also too to talk about where quality improvement could be used in the first assembly line where it wasn't practicing lean. So y'all have fun. Please leave the cars with us so we can use it at our next workshop. Thank you. Now we're going to talk about red tag system, and this is objective 3 for the workshop. As you can see, the tag is red, so it's going to be easy to find in your workplace. The red tag goes over the sorting activity of the 5 S's. And like I said, everyone should know where these are. There's a cute little 5S red tag buddy that's already going to be implemented here at Toyota. So after this workshop, those are going to be installed in every workstation. So we're giving you a first peek at it, so then you know where to find it. And also too, you're going to record certain things on there. You're going to record anything that you may suspect that is unnecessary in the workplace. It could be something that's a raw material or a tool or something that maybe is defective that you're noticing, and you're going to there's also going to be an action step too. So does it need to be trashed? Does it need to be held somewhere different? Does it need to be moved somewhere different? And also too, before anything can really be moved or any decision has to happen, the manager or the immediate supervisor must approve it. So feel free to kind of take a look at this. We have a few examples on the table, and we'll be back soon in a minute. Now it's time for some guided practice. This time we're going to work as a group in a simulated practice room that will require everyone to get up out of your chair. I know it's late in the day and everybody's looking at their watch and ready to go home. However, we have a few more things to talk about. So we want you to get up and actually go into this room, and this will be a timed exercises, and we're going to give away some fun prizes, some Fitbits and some iPads. So I know you're excited about that. And so this will incorporate the red tag activity, and we're going to try to figure out who can do this with the least amount of errors. And so this activity will actually translate really well to your department after this workshop, because you're going to have to do this anyway. So what you're going to do, you're going to go into this room. There's going to be various things that either need to be moved, trashed, or some decision needs to be made on them. There are further instructions in that room, so feel free to get up and go ahead on in and enjoy the activity. Now I'd like to quickly summarize what we've learned in the 5S section of this workshop. 5S, as you can see, is just one of the most cost-effective ways to implement continuous improvement. So make sure that you review what we've learned today, look at the business card thing that we handed you today, the giveaway, and make sure that you are just ready and prepared. Who knows, you may be quizzed by your supervisor. The second one is that it's just the first way to really create a clean and organized workspace. Follow the 5S program. It's important to Toyota, and remember the importance of red tags. And thank you again for your attention. To conclude this workshop, today we've discussed so many different things that affect not only your individual workplace, but Toyota as a whole. The first thing we talked about was lean manufacturing. We learned about the principles and the importance of it in the workplace. We also learned from Alexis the 8 wastes that can be avoided, so make sure you pay attention to those. Finally, we talked about 5S and what S stands for. Each one of those, we have a tool for you to use. And if you have any questions right now, we'd love to open everything up for a Q&A. We're also giving prizes away for those who do have questions, so feel free to ask us any questions that you may have. Thank you all for coming out today. As you can see on this slide, this is the photo that we took this morning. So before we got the workshop started, we had you all gathered outside. I can tell your excitement. We love Toyota. We know you love Toyota. And it's been a very great day. We're looking forward to many other workshops in the future. We hope that you use some hashtags today with social media about lean and improvement and process improvement. It's been a great day. We're going to make sure that everyone has a copy of this photo. Y'all did a great job today. Thank you so much.